Morning, Mayor Walby, Council. I know you have a difficult decision before this morning. I was reminded of an old joke this week. A senator dies and he goes to heaven to meet St. Peter at the gates. And St. Peter says, we don't usually see your kind up here, so what I'm going to have you do is take 24 hours in hell and 24 hours in heaven. So the senator goes down to hell, down the elevator, opens the doors, and sees to his surprise that it's a country club. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. He can't imagine. All his friends are there from Congress, and it's a beautiful, wonderful time. The devil tells great jokes, the music's fantastic. Takes the elevator ride back up to heaven, spends 24 hours there, and sees its clouds, it's wonderful, it's nice people, and St. Peter comes back and asks the senator, well, what do you want to do? He says, you know, I never thought I'd say this, but I think I want to go to hell. So he goes down to hell, down the elevator, and opens up the elevator, and instead of a beautiful country club, it's horrible. Fires burning everywhere, everyone's suffering. The devil comes up to him, puts his arm around him. The senator says, well, what's the deal? I was here yesterday, I had the greatest time of my life. He says, well, Senator, yesterday we were campaigning. And I think that's a good illustration. Sometimes things aren't what they seem. And you guys have all put in a wonderful process. I appreciate the opportunity that all of us candidates have had to talk to you individually, separately, and this opportunity to present this morning. I want to say at the outset that the other four applicants are excellent applicants. But I wouldn't be here this morning if I didn't think that I was your best option. And for three reasons, three perspectives. The first is my own perspective, of course. The second perspective is the perspective of the voters. And the third, if I can be so bold, is I might suggest from the perspective of you as the council, I'm the best option as well. First, I'm the youngest candidate. I have lots of energy. I get emails on my phone night and day like all of you do. I'm very involved in the community. I'm president of Eagle Point, and I'm on the parade council, the parade committee. And I've cared enough about this community to run for office before. And I think that's important. And I think dovetailing into the voters' perspective, the voters like to see people who've run for office because it gives them an opportunity to vet them. It also gives them an opportunity to see how an individual candidate performs under pressure. I think I demonstrated in the last campaign that maybe I'm not the greatest campaigner, but at least I'm a gentleman and I respect the other candidates that are here. I don't mudsling, I don't adhere to personal attacks. I want to put the best interests of the city of St. Clair Shores forward. Secondly, with regard to the voters, I think it's important that I came in fourth place. Last November, if you tally the votes, I had the fourth highest vote total. I had 5,080 votes. And that is more than any other vote total of any applicant this morning. And I think weight should be given to how the electorate, the residents of St. Clair Shores voted last November. Lastly, from a council perspective, and I know this is a little bold, I know all of you fairly well. I know some of the issues that are important to you. I know Mr. Tizio has a young family and he wants to raise his kids here and see them stay here. I know Mr. Fredericks is very passionate about public safety in our community, has always been an advocate for it. I know Mr. Vitale is interested in strengthening our neighborhoods and working on blight. I know Mayor Walby has always been committed to fiscal responsibility. I know that Councilwoman Rusi is a professional. She shows up prepared to every meeting, and she's been focused on transparency since she's been here. Mr. Rubino, in a similar fashion, has been that way, and he's also been not afraid to hold people's feet to the fire. I would submit to you that I've demonstrated through my candidacy that, and you can go back to the tape and you can remember our discussions, I've advocated for each of those issues. I believe I've stood for those issues. And I'm looking for the opportunity to sit with you on that council and to help you get to further each of those agenda items under Mayor Walby's leadership. All of you have stated that this is a difficult decision. I know. I know you can't make everyone happy. You're going to have to choose someone. Lastly, I would just submit that while it's a very difficult decision and I think you're reticent to disappoint some people, I believe that my application affords you a unique opportunity. Last November, 12,000 voters roughly came out and voted. 7,400 and change voted for Mayor Walden. 5,000 and change voted for me. In that vote total, you have the entire voting community in St. Clair Shores. I believe that in selecting me as your colleague to work with you on council for the future, you have the opportunity to unify this community in a very unique way. By placing me on council, you cover the entire voting electorate of St. Clair Shores. I want to thank you very much for this whole process. I want to thank you for this opportunity to be here this morning, and I look forward very much to your vote on Monday.